Béla Bartók is probably the most famous figure among these four composers that are present in the CD. He needs little introduction as he was one of the most crucial figures in 20th century music history. He was also an excellent pianist as well as scholar that made thousands of field recordings in Romania, Transylvania, Hungary, and Slovakia, as far as North Africa and Anatolia. His musical language were from very early on in his career that were dictated by his research and what he heard and what he experienced in the village. Enescu, in a way, comes from very similar background to Bartók. They also stem from very close villages. And also they were friends. They were born in the same year and shared a certain common appetite for classical music, although Enescu was later, in my opinion, much more felt himself much closer to the French music tradition as well. Enescu's music, in my opinion, is more natural, so to say, than Bartók's. So if I were to make a classical comparison, if Bartók is a Beethoven-like figure, Enescu would be more of a Schumann type or Schubert type of composer that compose in a way very intuitively. Dimitri Mitropoulos is much better known as a conductor of New York Philharmonic, and he was known for his incredible facility in learning complicated scores and conducting by heart, and also as a legendary pianist, as can be seen by his recordings of Prokofiev's Third Concerto. He was also, in his youth years, a promising composer. Unfortunately, due to the hostile reaction to his music in Athens, soon after he moved to the United States, he discarded composition altogether, and the very promising few pieces that he completed after he found his mature language are unfortunately the only sources to his musical creativity in that field. Adnan Saygun is the founding father of Turkish classical tradition. He was also a student of Bartók, a student and a younger colleague of Bartók, who accompanied him in his trips to Anatolia. Of course, working with a material that is so unique to each village, perhaps, raises the question of universality, if this music can truly be universal. And this is indeed a critic point for this music. However, Bartók seeks to dispel it through a notion of brotherhood of peoples, in which the music that he creates through this material transcends its nature, but only if the nature of the material that he takes, of the folk music, is true and undefiled. He claims that in the land, in the village, there is a reality which is not encountered in the city, in the modernized world, so to say. So thus, the variety of the colors, the variety of expression that is perhaps unique to each nation and definitely to each village is retained in this music and is actually an act of defiance against rising nationalist forces that was evident in that turmoil time of Second World War.